Hey all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at a couple of upgrade kits. They were sent to me in this. This came from our buddy Joe. In here we have two upgrade kits for Kingdom Legacy Blaster that we're going to look at. We also have an upgrade kit for really the Kingdom Tracks / Road Rage. Varying degrees of success, but we're going to look at it all in the latest GotBot True review. Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course subscribe while you're at it, my baby. And hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links, all that in the description down below, baby. While you're at it, if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we offer to you through Spring, or of course, you can hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member. Yeah, you can do that. Just throwing that suggestion out there. And we're going to be looking at a couple of add-on kits. For Blaster, we have a very interesting forearm filler set, and then we have another set that gives him some extra accessories and kind of fills in a lot of the hollow gaps on him. I remember when Siege started and everybody said, no more hollowness, this was great. And I said, that's not going to last. Sure enough, we're back to a bunch of hollowness now. You'll see when we look at them. Then we have the Tracks upgrade set. There's a forearm filler there as well. And then there are these little clips, and I'll explain what all that means and how effective it all is. Kind of a mixed bag when it comes to Tracks. Anyway, enough of me babbling on. How about we head over to the table and take a closer look at these sets. And yes, indeed, here we have our two lads. We're going to be looking at a couple of upgrade kits, like I said, with Blaster and with Tracks. I'm going to start things off with Tracks first because I feel like it's the weaker set, and I kind of like to end it on a high note, if I may. And so here we have Tracks, and this is the Superman Studio SPS-01 gap filler. Like I said, for Kingdom Tracks, or I guess you could use it for Road Rage as well. Now, there are two parts to this. There are the successful arm fillers, and I'm going to show those in a second. And then there's the less successful kind of leg clips, and I'll show how they're supposed to work. I will note this before I kind of go in any closer or do anything. I know a lot of people complain about the legs of Tracks. Mine are fine, like there's me moving my ankle, fine. There's me moving this ankle, fine. My legs on Tracks do tab in. My legs on Road Rage, however, do not. So I planned to use the arm fillers on Tracks just because he's more important to me. And I said, you know what? I'll use the clips on Road Rage. Why not? Until I got to the clips. So the arm fillers, they're kind of like this. We're going to zero in on them first. Okay, so now you see the inside of his forearm. Normally that's left very hollow, and you can actually see through the 5mm hole that's on the other side. Now you can't. I don't know if it's coming across on camera or not, but I will note now that the two grays are slightly different. Like this one over here is a bit of a lighter, warmer gray. This is a bit of a cooler, darker gray. I don't know why that would be, if it's supposed to be one set. It's not a huge deal breaker. They'd be easy enough to paint, I guess. But there is a slight color difference between the two forearms. And like I said, I don't know if it's coming across on camera, but I can certainly see it in hand. Now, one of the complaints I've always had about forearm fillers is that I don't like when you got to put it in the hand to transform the hand in, and then when you transform the hand out, you take it out of the hand and you got to friction it in there and hope that it holds. This is still friction in, but it's far more successful. Or it's kind of friction in, I guess. It's not quite friction in. There is a rectangular tab that goes into a rectangular slot on the arm. I don't know if I can show it here. I'm going to try to show it. But once you have it in there, you can just open it out like that. Let's see if I can... Yeah, like there's a little rectangular tab right there that goes into a little slot right there. Just under the pin, say. And then that goes in. So you open that up, you put the hand in, you close it up. And when you want to transform it back, again you open it up. I don't think I had it quite pinned in there. It actually does pin in fairly securely. I'm going to get the hand out and then I'll tab it back in. It does pin in fairly securely. I probably shouldn't have taken it out here, because now of course I'm trying to get it in on camera and it does not want to go in. Yeesh. It's a lot easier than what I just made it. A lot easier than what I just made it look. Very successful. That's the right way to do arm fillers. Really happy with it. I think they knocked it at the ballpark with the arm fillers. Then we have two of these tiny little black clips that you can barely see right now because they are very tiny. You'll see like a U shape. That's designed to go kind of around the shin piece in a very specific location because they say, please put it on in the right spot. I got news for you. Even when you put it on the right spot, it will not stay. Impossible to stay by itself. On either leg. This is a bad design. This does not work. I'll show you the way it's supposed to work. And trust me, I have tried it right up and down the leg. I've tried where they suggested. I've tried it in other locations. This is just a bad design and does not work. Gosh, do I hope this shows up. Okay, so when you look at the site, they say, please make sure, I'm going to actually quote what it says. If I can just find it here. Please make sure the snaps are installed on the correct position. Follow the photo as below. So that's exactly what I did. And the way that it works is, if you look at the shin of road rage or tracks, if you got yours in your hand there and you take a look at it, you will notice that right at the very top when you open the shin, you have like a little, I don't know, might be 2 millimeter section, and then there's a little indent because of the molding, and then a little longer section and a second indent, and then it comes out again down below it. This is supposed to, according to what they have with an arrow, supposed to go positioned right there, just below that second indent, like just below it. And in theory, what you should be able to do now is close the leg over. You'll notice as I close this leg over that now we have a little tab on the outside there. Or you should. I hope you can see that there's, yeah, you can see a little black tab on the outside there. That tab is supposed to go in now and lock in the shin. The problem is you have to flex the shin to get out over it. Or not even shin, I guess side of the shin. Side of the calf? I'm not sure what we would exactly call it. The way it's supposed to work is there's a little tiny tab and this is supposed to come up and lock in. Because of the way that there have been pinning issues, it didn't quite work. This is a nice idea. The problem is as soon as you try to bring this piece out over, now you're either having to flex it, or you can also do this and try opening it up, bring this out, and then try closing it all together. Any way you do it, I either cannot get that tab in, or I'm going to try again to see if I can get this in for you. I bring it down, and I try to close it in. And I just knocked something on the floor there. Now, I do have it in, but there you go, there's the problem. As I go to bend the leg and move it, as soon as this starts to go back, that clip falls right off. It is an abstract failure. If you're getting this set, you have to get it for the arm fillers because the leg clips outright do not work. Now I have heard, it is not said on the product page or anything, but I have heard that people have said put some super glue on it and glue it in place and it should stay on. My concern is I don't find glue really works on plastic. But if you do, and you are okay with putting a little dab of glue right here on this edge to put it in and let it dry and solidify in place, cool. My concern is that as soon as you move this, you're only going to pull it off again, and now you're going to have either a crack in the plastic molding, or you're going to have a little bit of glue that will come along with it. I wish I had better news, but the forearm fillers are great. The leg clips are an utter failure. If that's what you're buying this set for, don't. Save your money, because they do not work. On to the second guy though, and all of his are glorious. And we actually have two sets going on here with our boy Blaster. We're going to start off with the set first from Superman Studio. Again, this is the SPS-01. This is the arm covers. I think that Superman Studios should stick to doing arm covers. They are hands down the best arm covers I've ever encountered. The absolute best, most successful designs for arm covers I've ever encountered. The Trax arm covers, stupendous. The arm covers here, there is a hole on the outside of the forearm. Out on the front, I think? Well, I guess it's on the side, really, because this is the inside of the arm. You put it on the side, it wraps around the arm, and it goes in behind here. You can see the difference with the two arms of this and the other arm, like just having the hollowness there. I don't know why there was hollowness there, because the hands don't flip in. Now, the only thing I can figure is the hollowness is there because the arms do flip up over themselves, right? So I do kind of respect that, so to speak. Now, I'm just gonna take that out. This here, like I said, works really well. The color match is pretty great. My concern was, can it stay on when you go to cassette player mode? Yes, actually these can, because of the way they're designed. You open this out, and you would bring the arm up, of course, and the hand would still kind of come up over as it always has. And then, I guess I should turn it around this way. And then we would fold this up over, and this folds in around. It is a bit tighter because the arm here, the hand doesn't go down 100% flush. It is a little bit tighter. I will tell you now, to make it work with the set on, you 100% have to make sure that this rectangular tab on the back of the leg goes into the wrist slot and actually tabs in. Not just rests up there, not just is in the general vicinity, you gotta make sure it's in there. If you do that, this folds up nicely. It is quite successful. Again, to transform it back, you open it out, you bring the arm back down, you close it in and bring up the wrist, or you bring up the wrist first and close it in. That's your prerogative, what you do there. It will tab on the outside of the arm, fold around the back to the inside to give you a nice, full arm. Very happy with it, honestly. I would call that an absolute success. Then we have another kit, and this one is the Shockwave Labs SL-0125. This again is gap fillers and speakers. So the gap fillers first, and I kind of started to show this a bit. You will notice that right here in the back of the upper arm and the lower arm, we have those gaps now filled in. There are still gaps over here. Can you see that? Yeah, there's a lower one and an upper one that are gaps. Then down in the back of the legs, upper and lower, upper and lower. When you get it, they look like this. Be careful putting them in because you got to position them the right way. I had one put in the wrong way and had to try and root it out. It was a nuisance. Again, these can stay on in both modes, which is nice. And we have two of the like golden loudspeakers, I suppose, that he's kind of well known for having. And just like any sort of a blaster, they just peg into the hands. They can go up around the front. Here's the nice thing, these do hold blast effects. So, the Superman Studios upgrade kit for blaster, success. The Shockwave Labs upgrade kit for blaster, success. For Trax, half success with the arms, and really a fail for the leg clips. And here we are once again, and we'll start with blaster first. I think the blaster sets are both very successful. The filler pieces totally fill in what never should have been left as blank spaces anyway. The forearm fillers, I like the way they wrap around the arms. Some might say it adds a bit of bulk, but you know what? They can stay there in both modes. They can open up so you can get the wrist and stuff out. The paint job that's done on it is a super duper close match, but it would be easy enough for you to repaint them yourself if you wanted to. That's your call. I like the kind of, I don't know what we call them, the speakers, I guess, that can go in his hands. Total success. Both sets, high recommend from me because I think that they are both a total success. They do exactly what they're supposed to do. Then we get to the Trax Road Rage set. I like the forearm fillers. I don't understand why there are two different shades of gray on mine. I guess it was the print that was used or whatever. But I like the fact that they go in. You don't have to take them out. That's the thing that's always a killer for me when it comes to forearm fillers that I don't like, is when like you know, you fold the hand in and you could put the forearm filler in the hand for like vehicle mode or whatever, but then when you do the transformation, you gotta pull it out and take the hand out and then put it in, and hopefully friction's in. And I had one for Jazz. I had a set like that for Jazz. It doesn't really work. There's a set like that for Bumblebee that is okay. If friction's in, all right. But again, it got friction in. I like the set better because it has a hinge that can just open up and it stays there. You don't have to take it out. Reduces, eliminates the parts for me. But here's the problem. In that same set, you have those clips. And I think a lot of people would buy that specifically for those clips, thinking, oh, this is going to solve my leg issue with tracks or with road rage. I don't think that they're effective at all. They don't stay on. They outright do not work. If you're going to get that set, you have to want it for the forearm fillers because the clips do not work. They will not stay on. Now, a couple of people have said, well, a little touch of glue. If you're cool with putting a little touch of glue there and putting it on and hope that stays on, and put that glue, you know, on the shin or whatever of your tracks or your road rage, go for it. I'm not a fan of that idea, personally. I don't find glue works well on plastic. Maybe you do. It hasn't been my experience. So I think the clips are an utter failure. I think the forearm fillers are a rousing success, a great success. And I think the sets for Blaster are a success. I don't know. Do you agree with my assessment or not? Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use that donate link. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course, you can hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, stick around and have some fun with us. And especially don't forget, man, that somehow, some way, each and every single solitary day, you do make a difference. You really do make a difference. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres or the old fashioned way right here inside the videos.